Hello. This weekend lecture will learn about why research is better than other forms of forming a claim and what variables and validity are. Firstly, we have to look into why research is better than experience, authority, and intuition. To do this, we have to look at why intuition, experience, and authority are not the best way to make claims. Intuition falls short to research because it's biased by faulty thinking and motivation. Basically, we as humans like good stories, and sometimes things make sense or headlines, so we make the claim without actually having evidence to back it up. In terms of intuition, it is important to know the definition of validity: heuristic, cherry-picking information, confirmatory bias, bias blind spot, and power pose study, which are all associated with utilizing intuition. On the other hand, experience is based on personal encounters and what one learns from that. But it has numerous confounds which are alternative variables that can explain observed outcomes. Lastly, authority is not up to par because authority cannot be always trusted as an expert can, sometimes base their claims on observations and no data. If you remember last week, we discussed what research is and the research process. Building off of that, we will be looking at how research is published and shared, aka research dissemination, specifically academic research and NIH, NSF funded research, which are all open to the public. Research is made public through means such as articles, books or book chapters, trade books, and science journalism. Despite the multiple ways for the public to access research, it's not as easily accessible as one would think. This is due to the fact that most journals are not free and there are only certain outlets to get research. Since variable is something that's been discussed a lot in Psych 11, I'll just gloss over what a variable is and what the types of variables. A variable is something that can be changed / varies and are usually utilized to see if changes in one thing changes everything else. The main types of variables are categorical variable, which are variables with no ordering between levels, ordinal variables, which are variables with ordering between levels, but spacing between levels is not consistent. Interval variables are variables with consistent order and spacing, and ratio variables are variables with no true zero. Also, we'll be looking at the types of claims, specifically research claims, association claims, frequency claims, and causal claims. Research claims are claims based on measured variables. Association claims are claims that two variables have a relationship. Frequency claims are claims based on rate or degree. Causal claims are claims that one variable has a direct responsibility for another variable. Essentially, a stronger version of an association claim. Lastly, we'll go over validity. Validity is the quality of research methods or a research claim. The types of validities are statistical, construct, external, and internal validities. Statistical validity asks how much does actual numbers, aka statistics, support the conclusions made by the researchers. Remember from Psych 11 that effect size is the strength of the measured phenomenon, and statistical significance is how likely are the observed results due to chance. These two terms will show up a lot when analyzing statistical validity. External validity is the validity of how applicable the study is to a wider audience. Internal validity is basically asking to what extent is an effect due to the manipulation rather than a confounding variable. And construct validity asks how well the variables in the research were both measured and manipulated, and if the manner chosen was appropriate. That is all for this week's video. Bye.